Jessie, let's get straight to it, damn it.
Okay, sir.
Let's get straight to it, man. When I listened to this album and it started off with Mood, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, that wasn't the first song I listened to. The first song I listened to was Mutual Friend.
Oh, word? You just went straight
I went straight to it.
Okay.
You know, I normally listen to albums backwards to frontwards and then frontwards to back.
Really?
Yeah.
No way, why?
You know, I think I've been listening to music so long. I had to create and I know it pisses people off because you built your sequence.
Yeah, but I just
At this point, whatever, right?
whatever.
Yeah. And so that particular song had made so much noise, and I saw how many likes and followers you had on it. Like your fans were gravitating towards that. I said, well, let me open that box and see what it was. Mm-hmm. And then I heard it, and I always found with your music, and this is why I think your music appeals to me. I may have even said this to you before, but being, grown ass man from Oakland, California, and I've seen a whole lot of stuff. The way you translate your feelings to words, I can identify with. So when I'm listening to these songs and you're saying things like, your karma is the fact that you still love me.
Bruh,
How dope
deep.
is that? That's poetic justice to me. That's how it translates to me. Somebody who messed you over and then find out that they want to come back through a mutual friend, and then now you not there no more because you've been burnt so much, you just little pile of ashes and flames.
Yeah.
That karma got you. What happened? What happened? What motivated this song?
Life.
Life?
And yeah, man, just that energy of someone trying to double back and
Fucker.
it was very fucker. You know what I mean? Fucker. Yeah, man. And then it's very literal. It's funny because I did another interview and someone was like, "What does it mean? Is it figurative? Like, what inspired it?" And I was like, it's literal. Like this is exactly what happened. My homie hit me up and tried to tell me all these things, and I was like, I'm not trying to hear that. And but it wasn't the healthiest space. Now that I am a few some space away from when it happened and from the song, I realized that sleeping so nicely with hate in my heart is probably not the healthiest thing. So I'm working to let it go more. But I also know that sometimes you need that cathartic, like, fuck you, man. And then, slowly you feel a little better. But
release it.
Yeah, and the closest step to sometimes you just gotta go through the steps, and anger is one of them.
Yes,
anger is one of them.
To identify.
Yeah, and to detach.
You
know what I'm saying?
I've been taking inventory. I read something, or maybe I saw it on your Instagram. I've been taking inventory on my mental space.
Yes, sir.
Right? And
yes.
Checking in with those voices in your head.
Yeah. All of them.
All of y'all. I was going to say, like.
How many you got?
I got maybe 3. How many you got?
Man, there are bleachers up there.
Yeah.
Bleachers?
Yeah, there are bleachers. They be out there. But it's nice because they're all down to talk to a therapist. So,
Okay.
At least.
Yeah.
At least they're working through it.
So, but how many voices you really like,
There's, man, don't you, like, I feel like every facet of my personality has its own day of driving the whip,
Yeah.
So when anger wants to drive, that's aggressive, when the boss wants to drive, that's pressy.
It helps to give them names.
Yeah, it helps.
So Jessie is
all encompassing. Yes, he's all encompassing. But yes, he's the closest thing to me, I guess. Because that's what my family calls me. If it's quick, you know what I'm saying? If someone's like in passing, not if someone's reading, but like, yes, when my ex used to call me, it felt more intimate. So I was like, my good one, not the piece of shit. But
Let's be clear.
Well, you can have a good ex.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what I learned too. I didn't know about that. I learned that in growing as a person.
You got a good ex. How many bad exes you got compared to good exes? You only got one good ex?
No, I got 2.
2 good exes.
2 good exes.
Who caused the exes to exit? Was it the exes or?
The last one, the good one, was like who initiated it.
Yeah.
Technically, the last person was them, but I don't fault them because I just wasn't healed yet, and I had been putting up walls for a long time, and I had a hard time, like, just silly shit. I had a hard time saying I love you. I had a hard time being vulnerable because I was still damaged from the one before that. And I got so comfortable in his patience that I didn't make it as much of a priority to be focused on partnership. And I was so so lacking in self-love and so lacking in making just you know, being there for myself in the years before, that now that I was making this transition into like mental health, I went to the complete other side of the spectrum where it was like me, legacy, therapy, yoga, me, this, and I just forgot about partnership and forgot that I was like, oh wait, you got someone here that's like trying to be down for you and trying to wait and trying to be like, you know, not nurse me, because it's not like, you know what I mean, but just be there and supportive. And I think I took his patience for granted, and I didn't make it a priority. And then at one point he got tired and I couldn't fault him for it. But it definitely triggered me into making it more of a priority for me to learn to take the walls down.
Look what therapy can do. You broke that down so
that
beautifully.
was beautiful. Like, I'm looking at you like I need to talk to you about my relationships.
That is very clear.
Shit, Jesse just cleared that. Yo, I don't fucking like. Damn, that's how I fucked up. It was the partnership part.
Yeah.
Wow.
It happens.
It happens.
Woo. Tracy, go ahead. I see you.
Yeah, I'm curious then, Jess. You know how many artists will speak about their music being their therapy, you know? But you said that when Sway brought up mutual friends, how you still are working through the anger, through the detaching. So speak on how much music helps as a healing tool, and then how much it doesn't, and the other things you have to do to supplement.
Sure. So how much it helps is sometimes when you're creating, it's like you're on autopilot, so subconscious takes over and the energy in the room takes over. And then when you're done the song and you come back to, you know, your normal state of mind and you look at the page, sometimes the page acts like a mirror. Better than the one you see in front of you, you know, like an emotional mirror for shit that was hiding in the back, but all of a sudden it got a second to come to the forefront. And then the way that it doesn't help is that sometimes if you're still too connected, it's like picking a scab if it hurts still, like when you're performing the song.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, there's something beautiful to be said for like when you get to a certain level of success and then people are singing back the songs.
Yeah.
It's this weird, magical, alchemy-esque, fucked up dichotomy of like hurting, pain, whatever, and my eyes shut, because sometimes I just got to shut my eyes to be able to go inside and do it, and then hearing the manifestations of like my childhood dreams in front of me, literally like screaming in my face at the same time, and it's just like it's the difference is so stark and so drastic and so dramatic that you're kind of floored at how great God is to put you with such pain and then with such joy, you know?
Wow,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
What you thinking, HB? I see your mind working over there.
I'm thinking how, looking at Jesse, I ain't need that cookie. I was looking for...
I'm dying. I'm dying. Jesse's still on summertime with that stomach, baby. It's different.
Listen, I've been making sacrifices.
I ain't gonna hold you.
You stupid, Heather.
I've been making sacrifices.
They said you was coming up on the elevator. I said, shit, let me go find a cookie. So I couldn't find nothing, right? And then you walked in. I said, shit, she ain't having no cookies. I was no cookies.
I've been in the gym. I can do pull-ups. I've been working. Thank you. I've been working on it.
Yes, you look beautiful, sis, in the most like beautiful way from the inside. You know what I mean? And so I'm just here to just love you and hug you and God bless you. Come on.
Jessie Reyez, 888-742-3345.
Yes.
This forever right here. No, which one we...
Mutual friend.
Mutual friend. We're going to do it again. Oh, yes, this is music. Yo, listen to this. Mutual friend. Powerful song. The state of music is excellent right now.
Ain't it?
This project, Jessie, is out. It's touching chords. So much honesty in your music. I don't feel like you make songs to aim at hits at all, but they become hits because they're so authentic. You definitely have a great fortitude about yourself now. How you take care of yourself is important. You making yourself a priority.
Yes, sir.
If you don't mind, can you talk about you mentioned off mic about numerology?
Yeah.
Can you speak on that?
A little. I can speak with the little knowledge that I have. It's,
Okay. How it's helped you, perhaps?
It helps in. It's kind of like feng shui for life, but with numbers and math. And so I found out that I'm an 11, and I just catered like lean into the number more often. For example, Jesse's 11 songs.
Oh.
You know, little things like that.
Yeah. And what's the significance of 11?
Well, that's a little dismal. 11, they say, is the wounded healer. That's the title. And I was like, oh, that's funny. It feels very fitting for the career that I'm in.
The wounded healer.
The wounded healer. You know, it's great for everybody. Sucks for me, but great for everybody around me. Great for everybody who knows me, you know? But I've been working on the mirror. So
you're a wounded person that can heal others who are wounded.
So the title says.
That's what the title implies, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or your wounds heal others. And I think ultimately you'll be able to heal your own wounds when you read it from backwards, from the last word to the first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is what I'm trying to do.
Yes.
What I'm doing.
When you mention numerology, how do people usually react to that?
Sometimes it's the same reactions that people have for astrology, you know? Sometimes there's believers in the room and sometimes there's like those, you know, woo woo. Yeah. Those kind of, but whatever, it reaches who it needs to, you know? The same way religion's not for everybody, the same way spirit's not for everybody, meditation's not for everybody, so it reaches you when you need it.
Damn it, I should have been born in Canada, man. The hell's going on, man? Why are you more mature than me now?
Don't worry, man. I take a whiskey and I regress.
Okay, there you go. Immediately. So, what was it like having? How close are you and Drake? How friendly are Drake and you?
He's dope, man. He looks out, shows love. His whole team's lit, to be honest. Like his whole team just always shows love. It's a very it's hometown love.
Yeah.
You know?
He doesn't have to go out. You don't have to go out either. But I believe it was your listening party. Was
yes,
that he was at? And I was like, yo, that's so dope.
So dope, right?
Right. Just the support. What is that Canada culture like now, Canadian culture? So many people have had so much success. Is it always that supportive?
It's definitely, like, the city's been experiencing a renaissance for a few years now, you know? And it's beautiful. Toronto.
Okay.
Toronto's been experiencing a renaissance. And it's just, I think everyone who's old enough to have known the ceiling years ago has this, like, extra layer of appreciation for what's happening right now, you know? By default, like kids of immigrants will be like, fuck, oh my God, this is beautiful, you know? And then the next generation just won't understand or be as appreciative, you know? So maybe that might happen in the future. Who knows? But right now, I just feel like everyone is very aware of, like, how sick the energy is in the city right now.
It's amazing.
It is.
We haven't been to T-Dot since
a minute. Like, we went for NBA All-Star Weekend. That was
cold-ass weekend?
Cold-ass weekend, Jessie. Yo, whoo, it's freezing.
That's crazy.
We was out, but we had an excellent time.
Yes, we did.
I feel like a lot of people didn't come back after that. They were like, "This is how cold it is," and then a lot of y'all didn't come back.
We ain't been back since.
We ain't been back since.
Well, we read that wrong.
That was a freak weekend.
Nobody believe you, Jessie. It seems like it's just cold in Canada. We don't believe you. You need more people. This is my dog right
here. Also, just speak on your relationship with Kehlani. Because you guys just have a one-of-a-kind sisterhood.
I love her.
And I feel like you guys help each other, not just, like, career-wise, but personally as well.
Love her. I'd be asking her what titles of books are. I'd be like, you know, it's just love. She's so, you know, this industry, like, sometimes people aren't as friendly off camera or aren't as, like, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not, you can't even fault people for it because it's just a business, you know. I'm not mad. Some people are politicians, whatever. But, man, she's just, like, from the first time we ever met, she just went above and beyond to, like, be there for me. And I was a stranger at that point. But I had crazy social anxiety, wicked social anxiety. And I had a tendency to, like, disappear at parties for, like, an hour at a time and just be in the bathroom stall, like, waiting for the wave to pass.
Yeah.
And we were at an industry party. Yes.
She
and
mentioned.
I went. It's so sweet. So I was locked. Yeah, so y'all know this story. And she pulled up and was like, "You all right?" And I was like, "Yeah."
But she saw you in the stall. I don't know the story.
She knocked on the door and then, like, pulled up and was like, "What the hell's wrong? Like, you all right?" And I was like, "Nah." And I explained. I was like, "I just go through it. Sometimes when there's so much energy in the room, like, I get too sensitive and overwhelmed and whatever." And she was like, "You'll be all right." And at that point, she had more time in the industry than me. Like, this is a long time ago. But she was already moving and I was just getting started. So it was sisterhood vibes, you know, from day one.
That's beautiful.
It really set the tone for our relationship. But she's great. And the same thing to be said, like, her whole team is lit. You know, everyone always shows love. It's like, even her friends are lit because she be rolling with a lot of homies too. Everyone's dope.
Where is she from? I'm curious.
Oh, you know where she's from.
Okay, you already know where Jessie.
I'm glad Jessie ain't fall for your foolishness.
Nah, you know where she's from. He's like,
my dog right here. I couldn't even set her up with that one. Damn, Jessie. trying to let that land right. It was a great story to hold on.
Nah, man. You have the answers.
And on that note, give her a round of applause. Yes.
She came close to the mic for that one.
Yes. She knows. Yes.
We love you, Jessie, for real.
We absolutely love you.
Love you.
So many songs. Still See You.
Yes, sir.
Now Your Girlfriend Is My Enemy. Yo, you off the chain. Some of the stuff
Who
you
did
be writing.
Healer?
Now your new girlfriend, I got a new enemy. You got a new girlfriend, I got a new enemy.
Toxic.
It's not the girl's fault.
It's not. It's not. That's the toxic side. But I have to be honest, you know?
Yeah.
I have to be honest about the toxicity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And at the time, that's how I felt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still See You.
Mm-hmm.
That's a banger.
Still see a therapist.
Yep, Still See You therapist. Adios Amor, I want to end with that song. You did it primarily in Spanish, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's beautiful. Have you ever done a all Spanish speaking project?
Not yet. Not yet. It takes me a little longer to write in Spanish because
Okay.
I didn't study in Spanish. So the way I speak is it's fluent. It's my first language, but it's colloquialisms. So it's difficult to go into like detail in poetry. I do it, but it just takes me a little longer. And then on top of that, my parents are gang, but I don't want to hit them all the time to be like, is this right? Because sometimes I be doing that. You know what I mean? But that's not the easiest to do when the song's a little sexual. I don't really want to do that.
Yeah. How you gonna ask your dad a question?
No, can't.
Nah,
So I don't do it as often. But I'd love to do it one day. If it's meant to be, it'll be, you know?
Yeah.
But it just takes me a little longer. But Adios Amor I did with Andres and this guy named John City Music, who's mad sick too. They were dope. And then it was one of those songs where like, shout out to the producers. Shout out to Tim Subi, who had a lot of patience with me. Because this time around, I approached things like, if I didn't love it from like my fucking core, I was like, scratch the production. We gotta start again and build it up again. And like V10, it's not it. V15, it's not it.
Damn.
You know what I mean? And it takes a lot of patience to be able to ride with someone like that. But I remember the day, because the song, I knew it was there, but we just couldn't crack the code yet. And I walk into the studio at Tim's spot, and I could hear the fucking in the back, and I was like, what is this? And it finally felt like just a resonance hit, and my whole body was like, it's here. And then that's the version that we went with.
Dope.
Damn, man. Man, listen, I want to thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Sorry for my tardiness.
You never have to apologize
Yeah.
to me. You never have to apologize.
bless.
You made it.
I made it.
There you go. That's what's important. You are here.
Yeah.
And we got a chance to do this again.
Yes.
And we'll do it again.
God is good.
And
Yes,
again.
amen.
And again.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
Jessie Reyez, y'all. Get the new album, Jessie.